everyone, this is Persephone, and today we're going to discuss some psychiatric stuff, and I'm going to be the Mordor MD once more because I do not have a mental health professional degree. So everything that I'm going to say here is just my opinion, okay? You can take it with a grain of salt, and if you can afford therapy for yourself, by all means, do so. That being said, now this is going to be an autistic rant. I'm not going to lie to you. And if you're not into autistic rants, move on to some other video with better content. I lately got a bunch of comments from the know-it-all internet humors that they need to come to your channel like they are the internet police to dig and find things to bitch about, and usually they do that in an underhanded way, not outright, oh my god, you're ugly trans and you will go to hell or something like that, but in a, oh, why are you still using the Asperger term? It has been disputed ever since 2013. Why are you still using it? We don't say Asperger's anymore. We say autistic spectrum disorder, and the undertone is, oh, hasn't the information reached your basement yet? Why are you even on the internet with this outdated information? So I want to respond to that because I'm offended on an autistic personal level. If you know the Diagnostical and Statistical Manual, that in my opinion is bullshit and wrong in many ways, but anyway, they decided that they have to make things politically correct, this is my interpretation, and they decided that we should not be talking about high-functioning autism and low-functioning autism, because a lot of people that supposedly are high-functioning autism, like yours truly, a lot of the time are not functioning, so we're going to just label everything under autistic spectrum disorder. Here is the catch though. Because autism is indeed a great spectrum and you can't just call everyone autistic indiscriminately, they still have to create subcategories, and what was called Asperger syndrome became ASD1, Autistic Spectrum Disorder 1. And now you're going to logically ask me, why would they do that? Because, for example, people who have Asperger's, and I'm going to continue using this term unapologetically, sorry my cat, they actually have very big differences with people who have other types of autism. And I'm not going to say it in the sense of, oh, I'm better than you. For example, in my case, I started speaking at 6 months old, and the first word that I said was okay, according to my extremely disappointed mother. And I was speaking and saying full sentences and speaking multiple languages. By the time I was 1, I could have dialogues with them, with my parents, because I come from a family that is multicultural and people mix words and languages. The catch was, though, that I had no other development whatsoever. I fell down once, I tried to walk, I fell down once, and after that I decided I'm never going to walk. And my mother said that she would tell me, why don't you try to walk like the other kids? And I would tell her, walking is dangerous, there are other ways, you're my mother, you have the stroller, you just carry me around. And that continued until I was almost 2 years old, which is a huge delay. And the way they found to solve this, that was very advanced, was to starve me. They put me in one room, my food was in the other room, and my mother told me, you walk there or you starve. That's about it. That was how I was raised. But there are people who have other types of autism who start talking at 3 or 4 years old, and they walk faster than me. So how are you going to decipher who is the one type and who is other types? By creating subtypes. So again, instead of calling it Asperger, we call it autistic spectrum disorder. Now the thing is, most of the people who watch me, most of the people who are into YouTube, they are not that deeply invested in psychology. So if I start saying ASD1, the reaction is going to be, what the hell is that? What the hell is he even talking about? And I get the what the hell is even talking about so many things that I'm talking about, so I don't want to overcomplicate it. When we talk about Asperger, most people already have an idea. As ill-informed as that may be, and as strange as that may be, it's still more understandable than, oh, I have ASD1, what the fuck? So please, before you come to my channel to tell me how to pronounce my name and what path should I follow and what kind of race of men should I date, and we got to the point that I cannot use my own diagnosis. Wherever. I don't care what you're saying. This channel is not a democracy, there's only one opinion that counts, that's mine, and I only tolerate opinions that agree with me. If you don't like that, I'm sorry, you can start your own channel and have a democracy. Democracy is very much overvalued in many cases, if you ask me. So, that being said, autism is something that, in my opinion, is a different way of being. I'm not going to go like who is better, autistics or neurotypicals, although I went through various stages, mainly because neurotypical people were extremely bullying towards me and extremely toxic towards me. But I'm going to say that if we look at facts, there are more and more autistic people being born, and by 2050 there are going to be a significant part of this Earth's population. So I believe it's my duty as a millennial to speak out and maintain my individuality and not try to normalize myself, both for my sake and for the younger generation's sake. Because when I was a kid, there was so much stigma against being autistic. Even now, there is so much stigma in the sense that you go to an incel forum that I often go, and people call each other autist as an insult when everyone on these forums has autism in one form or another, which shows so much internalized self-hate, so much internalized self-loathing that it's disgusting. And when I started, I've spoken about that and I will speak again, I decided that I'm not going to have much facial expression. Like, whatever expression I have naturally, that's it. I'm not going to fake expressions and act like an actress to appear more normal. I'm going to have a monotonous voice because that's my real voice, and I'm not going to try to be neurotypical. And whoever doesn't like it, there are so many other neurotypical great creators that you can watch. We are talking so much about body positivity, we're talking so much about gender positivity, we're talking so much about sexual orientation positivity, like to accept yourself, to accept your body, to accept who you're attracted to, and that's great, you should do that. You shouldn't live hating yourself. And I don't really see much talking about accepting and embracing that you're autistic, that you have special interests that no one else cares about, and that you like technology, and that you don't see any point in chit-chat and all of that stuff that I see so many autistic people struggling with and trying to change them. Why should I change them? What's so wrong with not being neurotypical? If you ask me, the main problem with being autistic that I had in my life is that the neurotypical people around me were more, and that they were triggered by me not being like them. And that's something so stupid. Being different isn't a crime. Being different isn't inferiority. So please, before you come to my channel to police what kinds of terms I'm going to use and what expression I'm going to have and what clothes I'm going to be wearing and all the other stuff, how about you invest all of that energy in bettering your own life? Because I've been there. I've been an extremely critical person in the past. And if I look back and between you and me, be honest, the reason for that is because my life sucked so badly. And I had so much free time because I had nothing going that I needed to just talk trash about other people. Very few times I actually said negative things in other people's channels. I've done it. But I never went to someone's channel to insult them for being neurotypical. I've never went to a woman's channel to say, ew, you want to go out all the time? Like, what? And you wear glitter and patterns, your floral patterns alone give me sensory overload, and you don't understand technology. Are you what's wrong with you? You don't like technology? You don't like space? Yikes. Remind me to unfollow your channel. Never look at you again. Can you imagine if in a parallel universe autistic people are doing this to neurotypicals? Or to say, oh, you smile all the time. Are you influenced from the Joker? Oh, this is so stupid. Let people be. So I'm announcing it to close this video. I'm going to continue using the outdated term Asperger syndrome instead of ASD1. And if you don't like it, guess what? Your feelings are not my problem. I'm autistic and I have very, very low emotional IQ to begin with. It is what it is. Thank you for watching.